If I traded it all.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Oh, my God, it's Friday. It's crazy day. And I'm already losing my voice. But I have with me, we're going to go in right with my first guest because he's got Fluff Muffin with him. I have with me Ted Watkins. You know, everybody has heard him a lot. He's been on my show for 8 years, and he's live here with us today. His dog had to have a little surgery, so we decided to bring him on. We're live on Facebook, so we're going to say hi to everybody. Follow us, like us. I'm going to be sharing this show after the show, and you guys will be able to share it with everybody else. We want you to do that. We're growing. We're also doing our television show. We're going to talk a little bit about that. I really want to talk about that, too. I'm excited about it. So for right now, I want to introduce my longest-running guest, which is Ted Watkins. He's an enrolled agent and been doing it since 1978. Welcome to the show, Ted. Tell everybody why you're here, especially now, when tax season you would think is over.
Well, it's great to be back, Carol. I always enjoy doing the radio with you. And today we have my dog. She had a little bit of surgery this morning. But anyway, the reason we keep coming on is we've helped lots and lots of people on the radio show to help them if you have tax issues or if you just need your tax returns done. So we always enjoy helping people get back on track. Back on track with and getting you're back on track with IRS and so forth. So
here's what I want to do. I want to get some information out about Ted. First of all, I want you to know that Ted has the sharpest pencil that I've ever seen, ever. Number one. Number two, he can help anyone in the United States. He's licensed in all states, so anyone can call in. He loves to give stuff away because Ted loves to help people. One of the things that he gives away is his his tax organizer, because people, you know what, even though you think it's over, it's not. There's a lot of people who have gotten extensions, a lot, and you need to use this. I think everyone should have the tax organizer for sure, because, it'll help you. It'll help you save money, and that's for sure. Also, the record retention guide, because he says, is the number one the number one question that you get asked is, how long should I keep my things? So let's go in and talk a little bit about that. We're going to open up the lines to the audience for everyone to be able to call in and get all these things. I know it's Friday. I know you don't want to think about this stuff, but you know what? It's the weekend. It's a great time to do it. And the summertime's hot. It's even better time to be doing all this. Go ahead.
You bet, Carol. Thanks very much. So I'm what's called an enrolled agent before IRS, and a lot of people think I am an employee of the IRS, but that's not true. I'm licensed by the federal government, so I'm here to help you. So we can help you if you have tax issues, if you have tax returns that you haven't filed. So we're here to help you. We're not. My goal is to help everyone out there to pay as little legally as you can for taxes. But if you haven't filed for a while, or if you have tax issues, we can help you a lot too.
Hey, Ted, what's the longest running person for you for the longest time that they've been they haven't done their taxes?
We had one person that listened to the show for 4.5 years.
4.5 years. So we absolutely know that you guys are procrastinators out there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of that going on out there.
Well, you don't want to deal with it. So also the number one question is that people are asking you how long they should keep their things.
That's right. We have our record retention guide, which is on my website, tedwatkinseaa.com. So I've had people come in, that have had records for the last 20 years, and you don't really have to keep them that long. You just, in my record retention guide, it's basically 3 to 4 years. There are some records you need to keep for pretty much forever, like your deeds and Social Security cards, etc. But for the most part, there's a lot of records you can get rid of.
Right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up the lines to the audience. First of all, Ted loves to help people, and he can help anyone in the United States. He's going to do a free you always do a free consultation with everybody. He's going to give you that record retention guide. Also, he's going to give you the tax organizer, and I believe that everyone should have it. He goes back 3 years for free, which we're going to talk about that. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Tell him a little bit how you go back for 3 years and how $175 that gives you peace of mind.
Right. So if you, as Carol said, if you have gotten record or IRS notices, so what we can do for $175, I can go back and find out exactly what tax returns you need to file and what you owe for the last, if you have some back taxes that you haven't paid, I can find out for $175, I can file a power of attorney with the IRS, and we can find out exactly what you need to do. But the good news about that is that there's a lot of companies out there in LA and Denver and Miami and so forth that most of them want anywhere between $3,500 and there's one firm in LA that wants as much as $18,000. So for $175, I can find out what you need to do.
Now, he works for you guys out there. That's what he's all about. He doesn't work for the IRS. He works for you to get you back on track to where you were before you owed taxes. And also, you maybe you even don't owe taxes. He can help anyone out there, but he does help a lot of people. He's an enrolled agent, been doing it since 1978, and he's helped a lot of people. He's been coming on this show for 8 years, and a lot of people out there have had tax issues. I always get calls, whether or not they email me, they call me, they're always looking for Ted. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. So when you go back for the last 3 years for them, then it's simple, really. You said that you have software that can go back how long?
Oh gosh, we can go back to 2000.
So there's a lot.
No problem.
Right.
No problem.
So it doesn't matter how far back you go, he can help you. All right, now you can call him direct. He always does free consultations. His phone number is 602-363-1952 or 480-707-7670. His website is tedwatkinsea.com. You know what? They'll call in here, get that tax organizer. I know that it doesn't seem like you would need it, but you do need it. It's a great tool to have because he can save you money. You can look at it. You can find out where you are. Tell him a little bit about it.
Well, we can go back to 2015, 16, and 17, and I'll take a look at those returns for you at no cost. But if they haven't been prepared properly, or if they have, I'll tell you that too. But if they haven't, we could do an amended tax return for you and probably save you a lot of tax dollars.
But the organizer, when you can save them money.
Oh yeah, with the 2018 tax organizer, it's like 18 pages long. So what you need to do is just take a look at it, spend 10, 15 minutes on it, and I can guarantee you'll find a lot of tax deductions you probably didn't know about.
Well, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk further. It's not easy doing a live radio show with your dog that just had to have a surgery on its tummy. Fluff Muffin, it's Ginger when she's bad, but she's being very, very, very good, so it's Fluff Muffin right now. And when I said Fluff Muffin, her ears just popped up real cute. So we've got our lines open here for everyone to call in and get this, and I believe that everyone should have it. I don't care what. I don't care if you're doing it now or not. Call in here, get this tax organizer and the record retention guide. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. He can help anyone in the United States, so anyone can call in. He's going to go back the last 3 years for you for free, and he will also give you a free consultation. The number to call him is either 602-363-1952 or 480-707-7670. The website is tedwatkinsea.com. He's been doing it since 1978, and he's helped lots and lots and lots and lots of our listeners. Call us here and get this record retention guide and everything that he's giving away, 602-277-5369.
If I traded it all.
Welcome back. We are talking with Ted Watkins, and he is my longest-running guest. been on my show for a long time, also part sponsor as well. And he has with him his dog who had to have some surgery. So unfortunately, Fluff Muffin did have to do that. But you know what? She's doing great. And it's hard to talk on the air live with your dog in your hands. So Ted, you're doing great. Okay. Let's talk also a little bit about some of the stuff that you might want to tell them for anything that they might know now after the break. Usually I don't know what you want to talk about today.
Okay, well, it is difficult to talk with your dog. But anyway, on the last show, we had a very knowledgeable gentleman named Adam Bergman, who's an attorney, and he does IRA, self-directed IRAs. And actually, he and I talked about Bitcoin. And so a lot of you may have had transactions with Bitcoin over the last few years, but unfortunately the IRS is starting to crack down on Bitcoin transactions. So what I had 8 or 10 clients last year that we did a lot of Bitcoin reporting. And the IRS has, and I think in 2015, there was only less than 1,000 people that reported their Bitcoin transactions. So in 2017, though, IRS is starting to crack down on it. So it's what we need to do if you are trading in Bitcoins or Ethereum, Litecoin, etc., we have to start reporting that. So that's been a big issue. That was probably the biggest issue I had last year.
So, this is the thing about talking with Ted. You also have a blog that you have, and I'm sure you're going to have a lot of stories about that. Mm-hmm. I know that you have a lot of information on that. So, you can go up on his website, which is tedwatkinsea.com. Ted's been doing this since 1978, and what I like about Ted is you're a researcher. That's all you do is you find out as much information as you can. So if you're interested in any of these Bitcoins and all of that, call Ted, talk to him about it, because there are tax ramifications with all of it, correct?
You bet. So, like I said, only less than 1,000 people in 2015 reported their Bitcoin transactions, but there are millions and millions of people that have traded in Bitcoin. So it's going to become a very big issue going on forward. So I would encourage you to start tracking what you're doing with Bitcoin.
Again, you can call him direct. His phone number is 602-363-1952 or 480-707-7670. That website again is tedwatkinsea.com. We've got our lines open here, and if you want to get connected with him, all you have to do is call in here, and he'll give you the record retention guide just to have it, and also the tax organizer. So you have that, as well as going to go back the last 3 years for everybody for free. Find out whether or not your taxes were done right. Because one thing you want to talk about is how you go over your taxes. It's incredible. But anyway, you call in here. Our number here, 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And everyone should have all of these things just to have in your desk. You're going to save money just by having the tax organizer. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay. Yeah, the tax organizer, if you go onto it, it's 18 pages long, but you don't have to be too stressed out about it because it kind of one size fits all. So if you have stock transactions or rental real estate, etc., but just go over it, spend 10 or 15 minutes, and I can guarantee you'll save a lot of tax dollars if you go through it.
Call in here at 602-277-5369. Ted, I got a question to ask you. When you go back the last 3 years for everybody, how many times generally when you do that, do you save people money or find that they can get more money back?
Oh, I would say about 50% of the time.
50% of the time. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
So people don't realize that. Talk about that for a bit.
So we go back for 15, 16, and 17, look at your tax returns. A lot of times people miss things that they are entitled to deduct, or their tax preparer didn't prepare it right. So a lot of times, like Carol said, about 50% of the time we can save you some money.
That's amazing. Also, when you do the tax returns, tell them how many times you go over it.
We review all of your tax returns. Once we do a tax return for you, we review it 3 times to make sure it's done properly.
By you.
By me.
And not by somebody else.
Yeah.
And that makes a difference when, even though, yes, we say that our taxes are done, there's so many people that get extensions. Everyone I talk to, especially if you own a business, you're getting an extension, right?
Most likely, yep.
So if you're getting an extension and now you have up until, what is it, October?
October 15th.
So
yep.
you have time, but a lot of people now are starting to get prepared. That's what Ted comes on here for.
Mm-hmm.
Not only for the fact that, yes, he can help anyone with tax issues, but also there's a lot of people that are business people that just get extensions, and you can help people with that too. Go ahead.
Sure. So if you have an LLC or a corporation, you have until September 15th to file your tax returns. But the good thing about it is that right now, we have time and we're not under super stress, so we can make sure that we get everything possible that you're entitled to deduct.
So we can call in here and get this information from me. My number here, 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Go up on his website. He's got a great blog there too. We're going to talk a little bit about that. The website is Ted Watkins, EA.com. Ted, let's talk about that, the website.
Okay, so my website is tedwatkinsea.com. I have a blog that we've done about 60 or so blogs. Actually, I haven't done them. I'm kind of social media challenged.
I have to tell you, I went on it the other day. I happened to be click on it and go onto it, and it's really interesting.
There's a lot of we try to make the blogs kind of interesting from a human perspective as well as a tax aspect. So we want you to learn what not to do and what to do as far as taxes go. But we've written blogs about Bill Cosby and Wesley Snipes and Run DMC and a lot of other celebrities that have kind of messed up over the years. But if
you're not alone.
You're not alone. Even if you're not a celebrity, you may have messed up.
Well, everybody does.
Yeah. So you can learn a lot from what the celebrities have done to help you in your own tax situation.
Right. And also they are very good for people to read, because not that you want to read every single one of them, but there's a lot of information out there that you don't realize. And one of them we've talked about many times, I think the last time you were on too, that people who are in accidents, the money that you get there's taxes that you get on that.
Yep. So if you have a settlement, unless it's exclusively for physical injuries, well, there's a lot of tax ramifications for that. So, for example, if everything is for physical injuries, it's probably not taxable. But if it's for like mental anguish and so forth, then there's going to be some tax that you're going to have to pay from a settlement.
Well, normally we wouldn't be having your dog on with you and me, but it's Friday and she had to have a little bit of surgery, and I wanted to make sure he was here. Ted is so diligent and will be here. You were here at 2:30 no matter what, right?
Yep.
That's like rain, sleet, or snow, Ted was going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's awesome about Ted. And that's what, not only does he do that for people like me, just because he's coming on my show, that's the kind of person he is for you guys out there. And that's who he works for, is for you. So give us a call here. Get this record retention guide. Get also the tax organizer. Again, I believe everybody should have it. He will save you money on that. You will get money back that you don't even realize that you're going to get back. Also, have your tax return done by him. Have him take a look at it, a second set of eyes. He'll go back the last 3 years for you. And he said 50% of the people he can get money back for them. That's awesome. That's a high rate there. So 602-277-5369 and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. What's your final words, Ted?
I would say a lot of people have gone on extension, so the summertime is a good time for me to work with you. So give me a call. We'll get your returns done on extension. If you haven't filed, that's okay too. If you have a refund, it's no big deal. If you owe taxes, you want to get them filed as soon as you can to reduce your penalties that keep going on. And
give you peace of mind. Once you give Ted a call and you start working with him, you don't have any more phone calls, you don't have any more letters, and he's done this so many thousands of times that it's easy for him to talk to them. You do not want to do it yourself. You always will say too much information. He can help anyone in the United States. He's licensed in all the states. He's been doing it since 1978. He's great. The number to call him is 602-363-1952 or 480-707-7670. You can call in here. Everyone's going to get this, and I believe everyone should have the tax organizer and the record retention guide. And he's going to go back the last 3 years for you for free. Find out if you have some money that you're owed. Our number here again, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. It's TedWatkinsEA.com.